Hello and welcome back. I'd like to say hello to all of my returning subscribers and viewers, and also to all the new people. It's been quite fantastic to see how many people have been enjoying the videos that I've been posting about the little fabric scroll that I've been working on. And I have one more video that's coming out for that project, but before I do that, I want to get back to a video that I had started making before I got distracted by the scroll and finish that project up. So this is the 12th installment in the Buried Earth book project that I've been working on. This whole Buried Earth book idea came about as something that I saw on Instagram. It's a project that was initiated by Emma Freeman, and I think most people are creating small fabric books with some sort of textile meditation on them, burying them for a little while in the ground, and then digging them up. I'm approaching this a little bit differently. What I've done is each month this year I have buried a single page in the ground that's a reflection on something that I was doing at the time, or in some cases it's part of a larger project that I'm calling my Ancestral cloth project. That's something that I started last year, looking at the question, what were my ancestors wearing 500 or 1,000 years ago? And I thought that I would spend my time investigating the different textile practices that are common in Sri Lanka, things like weaving, batik, and lace making. And almost immediately I got sidetracked, and the project took many quite wonderful twists and turns. I've probably talked about that in earlier videos, and I certainly will be making more in the future. In any case, let me tell you about the page that I buried at the beginning of December. So for the last page in the Buried Earth book project, I decided to teach myself a process called bobbin lace. Now, I've never done this before. It's not something that I find easy to do. It's very precise and detail oriented, and it's something that is well known in Sri Lanka. So I thought I would give it a try. And I first went to my trusty Reader's Digest Guide to Needlework, which is a book that I've used for many, many years. Whenever I've wanted to know something about a needlework process, I've looked in it, but this time it was beyond me. It had several pages of rather complicated, difficult looking graphs and charts, and I quickly slammed it shut and did what we all do nowadays whenever we want to learn anything. I watched YouTube videos, and after watching several videos, I felt like I was ready to give it a try. Now, part of my commitment to this project was to use only things that I had in my house and not buy anything or bring any new materials into my house. And I don't have any of the things that are needed to do bobbin lace. So I scrounged around in my craft supply room and I found a large cone of quite thick thread. It's not typically the type of thread that you would associate with lace, but I think it actually turned out to be rather a good choice because it certainly did not make a fine, delicate lace, but it was easy for me to see. So that made it actually quite a good starting project. Now, bobbin lace requires that the string that you use gets wound around little bobbins, many bobbins, and I don't have those bobbins at home. So my clothes pegs that you can see here were a stand-in for the bobbins, and I think that they worked really not too badly. So I tried out a few different stitches. I kind of understand what the process is now. I'm not sure that this is something that I'm going to be doing a lot of going forward, but I'm glad that I gave it a try. And when I felt like my piece was long enough, I removed all the pins and took the lace off. I cut off the bottom and I left it unsecured. I left the bottom loose because I felt like that's really relevant to the project that I'm working on. There's lots more to the story. There are many loose threads that I've not fully investigated yet. So I took my piece of imperfect beginner lace here and I sewed it onto the page. And then I took it out to my back garden on a cold and snowy day. It's not common in Vancouver, but I'm glad that we've had the full range of temperature experiences this year as I've been working on this project. And the onion skins, what's that all about? Well, there's no real significance to them. They're just there. There you go. This page has been added to the growing bundle that I have there underneath my pear tree. And it'll stay there until the end of this year when I'll dig up the whole thing and then unroll it and see what changes the year or the many months in the ground have made to the pieces. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.